Hi everybody. In the previous video, we created our Accounts app within our project. In today's video, we are going to use the URLS and views file from our app. Add 6 lines of code. Make an HTML page in our templates folder. And check the results in our browser. Please note that these few simple lines of code will be recurring very often during our project, as they provide an essential function of all websites, which is to show content on a web page. As always, we will start the command prompt and cd into our P1 folder. We start the virtual environment. And then cd into our project folder. Now let's start the development server to see if our application still works in the browser. Works fine. Now we will make this page our own with some simple steps. Ready? Let's open the editor and go to our Accounts folder. Here, we will create a new file. And save it as urls.py. We already created the file as preparation, so we are not going to save this one. We're going to open our created one. Write this exact code. We will explain what it means. First, we need to import a tool, path, to help Django. Then, as the URLs file needs access to the views file in our Accounts app, we will import views from Accounts. This line of code tells Django to look for URLs patterns in the browser. The main URL of our project will be the domain name. But when still developing, it's the address of the development server. Django knows this, allowed hosts, remember? And puts this standard between the quotations marks. It's hidden, probably to keep things clean, but it's there, so we don't have to write it anymore. And when a visitor requests that page, it will execute the task homepage defined in the views file. Let's check that task. These lines were already added by Django. Let's see what the first line is about, as the second is only informational. Simply explained. Here we import the tool render. Needed in our code. From a Django toolbox. In our opinion, there is nothing more that we need to know about it. This block of code represents our task. It is standard Django code, no Python programming involved for us. First, we start a definition for our task. With the name homepage. And it will be executed every time a user requests, aka visits, the URL of the homepage. Please note that this first main line is called a statement, which implies we need to follow certain structures and indentation rules. Each statement ends with a colon. The tasks within the statement are always on the next rule and indented one tab. You will learn these 3 rules quickly, they never change. We will put attention to them in the next videos. Our very first task is a simple one. We will return the request, aka visit, of a URL by the user. With rendering, aka showing an HTML file we have created. Let's see what is happening here one more time. We have created a simple task homepage. The name can be chosen freely. The task will be executed whenever a user visits the URL mentioned between quotations. Empty quotations is our domain or development server address. Please take some time to make sense of it, as this process and code will be repeated very often in our project. Let's create this file in the templates folder. And save it as homepage.html. The HTML format is standard for browsers. We already created the file as preparation, so we are not going to save this one. We're going to open our created one. Hello world. Now there is one last thing we need to add in the URLS file in our main folder. A hashtag can be used in Django to deactivate a line of code, so we will activate our line of code, which we already added as preparation. Mind the indentation, 1 tab. This code allows Django to work with the URLs defined in our Accounts app. We also import the tool include for Django. Don't forget to save your work. We can now check the results in our browser. And there we have it. Our first homepage, Hello World. That's cool. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video.